A wise investment is all about not losing money. A lot of people try to win money, but that's not how you play the game. You have to focus more on not losing the money. You know, when Warren Buffett recently sold all of his stocks right before the stock market crashed, well, I wouldn't really call it a crash, but when, there was a shake in the stock market, he came out just at the right time, and the guy has never lost money for the past years. One of the most beautiful things that you have as a youngster is the fact that you have that advantage of being able to invest in long term without having to worry about taking the money out. You should go to the bank and open up your Roth IRA account right now. And just don't keep that cash with you. Cash is the worthless stuff a lot of people don't understand. Some of the students out there who are currently taking AP micro econ or macro econ, they might understand a little bit, but money, that paper money, could be worthless anytime. The reason people buy stuff like gold is because these are tangible assets that will last forever. But money is something that can go up and down in its value depending on what the Fed wants to do with the money. Do they want to print more money? If they do and release it to the market, your cash money right now, that paper money, is going to go down in its value. It's very dangerous. So you have to invest in something that will give you a consistent return. It could be gold, it could be silver, but let's be honest, I think investing in gold, it's a little bit of an old school style. You might want to do that when you're hitting your 30s and 40s and you want some more stability. In your 10s and 20s, I really think you can be a little bit more aggressive with your investment and find companies that will cease to exist for the next 10 more years at least. Let's be real. You really think in the next 10 years, people will not have iPhones in their hands? Just think about it. There are only so many smartphones we can name today. There's Xiaomi, there's Samsung, there's Apple. There's only so many. So if you know that they're going to continue to exist, do you really think they will make your money, disappear somewhere? Probably not, right? So, obviously you have to study. You have to study the market, and you also have to study the trends as well. For example, right now what's happening because of the tariff war, especially between US and China, but more than 20,000 employees at UPS were recently laid off because Amazon is not having as many shipments anymore because of the increase in price due to the tariff war. You have to understand how this trend works, right? So, and understand where exactly do you want to invest your money and why. One of the most dangerous things is, I heard this Bitcoin mining company just went crazy. So you hear that from somebody and then you just buy their stocks. You can't do that. You have to study. All the technical terms like the PE ratio and all that, you don't need to know that, in my opinion, when you're just getting started. I think what you really need to understand is the bigger picture. What is the next trends? Automated driving system. Okay, then what kind of companies have that? So maybe something like that is what you want to study and figure out if that company is worth for you to put that money right now. And also learn to diversify your portfolio. Don't just be like, dude, I love Apple, man. I have iPad, I have iPhone, I have AirPods, I have all the Apple products. So I'm going to invest all of my money into Apple. That's like the dumbest investment you can do. You have to diversify and, try the waters out, right? You could try this water out, that water out, and see what happens in the next maybe 3 to 5 years. Once again, don't try to make money within the span of 6 months, 1 year. But one of my boys, he's about to graduate from college now. And I remember when he started stocks, when I told him after we were done with the college apps, I told him to invest in Tesla back then. I think it was about $40 or so. He made over 120%, 130% yield in just a span of a month and a half because Tesla was going crazy back around that COVID period. He got so excited that he sold all of his shares. Thinking what happened after that, it even skyrocketed further. The guy was so pissed. And I'm like, bro, I told you, you're not going to make money in the short term. So that's something that I would highly invest all the youngsters to do. Study the market and study how money makes money instead of labors and your hard work make money. I think that's great. But to be honest, I think that's more of a boomer style, like the Gen X or boomer style where you work hard to get the heavy paycheck. No, that's not the way it works today. I think what you need to understand is, two things: money making money, and how perhaps you can generate this thing called a passive income. When I say passive income, I'm talking about the type of income that you can have so that you don't need to worry about your financial situation ever, hopefully, right? So you can focus more on the work that you do. You're actually doing it for the sake of you're passionate for. The very first step you need to do is first study the market. before even collecting all of your money, just go study the market, study the big picture of economics. And number 2, be interested in a few companies, like maybe 3 to 4. I don't care what your reasons are, right? Some people might be interested in this company called Estee Lauder just because, I don't know, they are interested in cosmetics, right? Some people might be interested in entertainment industry because they're into K-pop or whatever. Find companies that are within your interest and see if that company would cease to exist for the next 10 years. That's what I would say. A lot of people don't understand, oh my god, I just checked and Apple stock is like $200 per share, so I cannot buy it. No, bro, you can buy a half of a share, you can buy a quarter of a share. You don't need to buy one whole share. So if one Apple stock costs $200, you can buy a quarter of it for $50. Buy stocks and forget about it. Just completely forget about what you have in your account. Wait the next 10 years if you've studied enough and you know the company is not going to go anywhere for the next 10 years.